everyone. Welcome to another episode of Analysis Paralysis. I am Austin Harrison.
I'm Lily Quatch.
And I'm Ashley Anderson.
And today we are talking about board game news. We're talking about what's happening in crowdfunding. We're talking about some IV news, which I'm really excited about. But tell us about what we're talking about this week specifically.
Yeah, for sure. So this week we're talking about AI art again. And a board game cookbook.
I don't think those words belong together.
Why?
It sounds like incredible.
Yeah.
I've never been like, what food do I want? Something board game themed.
That sounds like it would make sense for you.
Right? I feel like you're the one person who'd be the most happiest about this.
I can't think of a single food that I'm like, that needs to be board game themed.
Well, we're going to talk about it.
All right. Sounds great. So what has kind of prompted us going back to AI?
A new campaign launched recently on Kickstarter, and it's the Terraforming Mars. I think it's an expansion. So apparently on that campaign, they admitted to using AI art.
Oh,
and
because the new Kickstarter disclosure.
Yes, exactly. But from
Okay.
the new policy from Kickstarter.
Mhm.
But they said it on the page that they use AI art, and their backers were saying, why are you using AI art, basically?
Right. I've never been a fan of Terraforming Mars for its art.
That's
I don't
pretty
think
standard.
people are playing
Yeah.
Terraforming Mars for the art. And so while I do have opinions on AI, I don't have strong opinions about Terraforming Mars using AI. So I asked Zach what his thoughts were because he wasn't going to be here today. And he did share some notes with me that I'm excited to kind of just talk through. And his kind of overall feelings are just that people want art that is created by humans more than they want art that is created by a computer program. And he has some reasons why that is. Is that the same? Do you guys feel that way?
I think
Yeah.
that's my own sentiment as well. I prefer to have support an artist making their own creations.
I'd rather support, like kind of what Lily was saying, like a human brain.
Right.
You know?
Human brain.
I think Zach was like, this might be an outdated concept in like 50 years because it's going to become more of a tool.
Right.
But his example was that computers are way better at playing chess than humans are. But people don't follow a computer program playing chess. They follow Magnus Carlsen or whatever. Like they're still interested in watching grandmasters play chess. And since art is about like human experience and humans doing things, that's kind of where the future still is his opinion. Yeah, and I thought that was like a really good take, and kind of like our company's take on it. But he brought up one other thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about, which was the idea of permission. So there's two different ways you can make AI art that I want to talk about, but then also just the way that AI art has gotten where it is. Like it didn't just like create its own art and do millions of iterations and then humans tell it what's good. It looked at what art already existed and created styles based on that. But yeah, it is just really scary that someone famous, a famous illustrator, can have their pictures just downloaded and put into this generator, and now someone can make art that looks like they made it. That's terrible.
Right.
It's not giving credit where the credit is due. I think that's my biggest thing. People work so hard to develop over years and years of all of this hard work. And, you know, one of us could pretend and do this whole kind of thing.
So I saw a meme yesterday, and it was so great. Basically, people talking about how AI art is going to take all the illustrators and like photographers' jobs.
Their jobs.
And then it said like AI art shaking the hand of society to thank them for the situation, and it showed like an AI art idea of what a handshake is, and like always too many fingers. One of them was a hand shaking a hand that was connected by a wrist to another hand that was shaking another hand.
no.
Like just like silly
Wasn't working
stuff.
out.
And I cracked up. But the scary thing is like it's not always going to be that way. Eventually
It's
it
gonna
will
get better.
get good enough that we cannot tell without like that it is fake.
Fascinating.
So yeah, that's our update on where AI art is in the board game space. Obviously, it's just going to become more of a conversation as more companies decide to use it, and then backers will just kind of decide how much they're comfortable with it.
Yeah. Up to each person.
Leave it to the people.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm really glad that Kickstarter added that disclaimer. Really good move.
Yeah, I would agree.
What else is going on in the world of board game news?
This I'm stoked about.
I got so
saw this.
animated just thinking
I was
about
so
it.
excited. So there's a new collaboration. I don't know if you guys have seen it, between Ulysses Press and Catan Studios. They are making a cookbook. And I want to preface this with this is not like a gag gift or something just fun. This is a real developed cookbook that has taken a lot of time and effort to create. And the recipes, there's tons. There's appetizers, snacks, desserts, even some drinks, main meals. They're all based off of the game. There's one that's chicken under a brick. So, you use bricks and wood and different resources.
How do you use the brick? Like,
for the recipe?
oh yeah.
Yeah. So I looked up
You don't
this
eat the
recipe.
brick, right?
No, you don't eat the
Okay,
brick.
cool.
But
good
you
brick of
wrap.
bread.
It's actually a very traditional way to cook chicken in countrysides, like in older colonies and places. They would do this a lot. But you take a cast iron and you put a piece of chicken and you wrap bricks with tinfoil and use it to press it down.
Oh.
And it's one of their recipes.
I see what you mean.
All right. So, Catan,
Mm-hmm.
global phenomenon.
Global phenomenon.
The article, I love that you brought it up. The article's like, this is not a gimmick or a thing. Like, these are real recipes. I get what they're saying, but like, you would never buy this for the recipes. This is for like your friend that is like obsessed with Catan.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That like you don't know what to get for Christmas, and you're like, a cookbook. This is great. And it is, in that case, it's kind of like not a white elephant gift, but like
a specialty gift.
A specialty gift. Because like when I saw Cookbook, I was thinking like it would be recipes that like referenced Catan directly. Like it would like the board looks like Catan, like or something like that. Where it's like chicken under a brick, it's like I could make chicken under a brick and no one's gonna be like Catan.
Right.
Like that's
But they
Catan.
have tavern ale pie, forest dwellers dip, fireside banana boats. Like they're fun.
It's a 7-layer dip.
Yes,
When
7-layer
you
dip.
roll 7.
Right.
All right, so all of that is fun.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that the world needed a Catan cookbook.
Take that back right now. You take that back. The reason I love this is I am a big foodie. I think that food is the basis of community building.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that it's bringing people together. And even if you have friends that maybe don't love board games or have never played Catan, you could bring them in and get them in with food and be able to play and explain the game through food, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Could I make a foreman's construction workers cookbook and use all of the same recipes?
No.
It's brick, it's wood, it's got some
That lamb wouldn't make.
Or question mark.
Question mark.
No.
Sheep. Maybe it's a homesteader's cookbook.
Homesteader,
I just
maybe.
don't feel
I'm sure
like
that exists
the
already.
recipes tie close enough in with
That's a
Catan.
That's a fair.
But
That's a fair point.
I don't hate that it exists. In fact, I'm probably going to get it for Christmas from a family member that's like, Austin likes board games.
Yeah, this is the
great.
one board game.
I saw
thing
this
can
at
think
Barnes & Noble. It's great. He's going to love this. And be like, oh, I haven't played Catan in like 10 years. But
Whatever.
I'd
It's
love
just a hater.
I actually wouldn't be opposed to playing Catan again. Like, I'd play it right now.
I have
In
a few-
fact,
I have a few
cancel the
extensions.
show.
Guys,
Let's cook
Let's just go like
chicken under a brick
play
and
Catan.
play Catan.
I think this is a great. Austin's just a hater with this. I was excited about it. So
I'm happy that you're excited. I'm not trying to curb your enthusiasm. I'm just saying I don't think it actually is a Catan cookbook.
So do you think we can make a Moonraker's cookbook?
Man, see, at least name it like, well, I don't know how you rename chicken under a brick to be Catan, but like we could name things like, the Henko souffle or something like that, and it's like at least references it name-wise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
they're trying to make it more cookbooky.
I know a lot of cookbooks that are made already are from like video games that have
Right.
cooking in it already.
I
So, like,
bought my wife the Harry Potter cookbook
Mhm.
Oh, fun.
at one point, and this is like 10 years ago, and that was cool. We didn't cook a single recipe out of it,
Oh, well.
and that's probably my fault.
Yeah, well, this one's one of the first, if not the first, that is really board game based.
Yeah.
What board game do I want a cookbook for?
Flamecraft.
That's an actual really good answer.
That'd be
They also
a
have
good
Critter Kitchens coming out, I think.
Yeah, Creature
Cookie.
Comforts.
Creature Comforts.
I think it's a different play on that. Just TI4 cookbook. Everything's
Fair.
aliens. It looks like aliens.
one. I'm sure that would be that delightful, but
Everything's
teach
gooey.
their own, I guess.
All right. Well, I'd love to hear about it if you really want a cookbook for a game. That'd be great.
That's a good
Obsession.
question.
Just go like old like English recipes.
That'd be
See,
good.
that could have a
Mm.
cookbook. Catan, obviously.
Let us know in the comments. What game would you want to see a cookbook for? That's a great question.
That is
That's
a
a
good
great
one.
I want to
It's a
know.
great one.
Now, speaking of food, your favorite
Speaking of
crowdfunding campaign
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
has something to do with food this week.
Yeah, so not just food, cheese. I love cheese. It is probably my favorite food group.
Okay, so do you remember how against I was for the cookbook?
Yeah.
180. I'm 100% with you on cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. So my pick this week is Fromage. It's a simultaneous worker placement game by Road to Infamy, which they're the same company that made Canvas. So essentially, you get to be a French cheesemaker in the 20th century. And the whole goal is to be the most successful cheesemaker. This is my dream. So 40-minute playtime, 1 to 4 players. So you build structures in your creamery. You have to milk cows to make more cheese, harvest fruit for jams. This is just the best thing ever. And the good thing about it is that it condenses about a 2-hour European game into only about 40 minutes, which
Like a
I
Euro
love.
style game
Mhm.
in 40 minutes.
40 minutes. That's pretty good.
I just played Weather Machine, so a Euro game in 40 minutes sounds great.
Mhm.
That's what the main thing that I loved, because I don't mind playing a lot of games back to back, but I don't like sitting there for hours and hours and hours of playing one
The same
single
game.
game. So, cheese. And on the Kickstarter, you can get essentially like a play mat that there's 4 quadrants. You put it on top of this play mat. You can just move it right with your fingers. So you don't have to shift everything around every turn.
That's nice.
Mm.
I like that.
Cheesemakers.
Also, you have to have a charcuterie with this.
I was thinking,
Which I
yeah.
make a really good charcuterie. So
I'm
maybe
excited to
we'll
try
have
that
to get the
sometime.
game. And we'll eat some cheese.
I think
play
we're
some.
already backing this one. I think I backed this because it launched the same day as Mythic Mischief, and I
Mhm.
tried to back a couple other games when we
Mhm.
launch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a really good pick.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're not a hater on this one.
I'm not hating on this one. I chose Founders,
Okay.
which is by This Way Games. Founders has a little bit of the feeling of Veiled Fate for me, where you're
Okay.
looking for a teammate that's on your
Mm,
team, but you
mhm.
don't know who they are. It's also a strategic deduction game, so it kind of is in like the same theme. Very different gameplay. You're doing like tile laying, and you score points based on how well you do with your partners that you don't know. And so I'm a huge fan of that. Really, really excited to play it. We are backing it. I think that it deserves to be doing way better than it is right now on Kickstarter. I say that about a lot of games, but only one winner though. So in Veiled Fate, when you're playing with a team of 2, you could both win together.
Mhm.
That's how you win. But this person, you'll just win one person. So
Love it.
really fun. I like that.
Well, for my pick this week, I have Kavango,
Mhm.
which
Congo.
okay, before I get to Kavango, there's Everdale
Okay.
plushies and blankets out.
Lily had to
That's
add this
awesome.
I
on
had to
our
toss
list.
it in just because they're so cute. I debated on getting one. I'm still thinking about it, but it's out there if you want an Everdale themed blanket or plushie.
You have to
I
choose
would.
between the cat from Cat in the Box. Wait, is that the
Ooh.
name of it? Yeah.
Oh, the,
Yep. The
Or
colossal cat in the box.
We could back you an Everdell plushie.
oh, so I can choose.
You get to choose.
I thought we weren't getting the cat.
Katie
plushie.
told me I had to get you the cat.
Oh, I see.
Hi, Katie.
She doesn't watch this show.
So, no, she
Katie
does.
She does.
Yeah, she
Incredible.
does.
What up, Katie?
Hi, Katie. I'm letting Lily choose.
Okay. I'll
You
let
don't have to
know.
choose right now.
I'll
Yeah.
let you know. I gotta sleep on it. Anyways, Kavango is the game I chose, and of course, it's a conservation-based game.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
That's what got- that's what got me.
conservation.
Well, I saw a bunch of animals, and I was like, that looks interesting. Click. Anyways, it looks like a really cool game. It looks almost like Wingspan in terms of how it plays with the
Okay.
card laying.
Mhm.
There's card drafting though,
I like card drafting.
and it's 1 to 5 players, and it plays to like 45, 60 minutes, I think,
Okay.
which is a pretty quick game
Yeah.
That's good.
for what it is. And it was made in Botswana, which is
Ooh.
pretty cool. So the people
That's
who
fun.
made this game, they're a husband and wife, I
Wow.
think. And the husband did the illustrations and design. The wife is a conservationist, so she actually
Whoa.
works with conservation.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So
I love
that's-
it. I love it.
Right, you have an expert on the game design and everything.
Yeah.
Basically, you win by creating the best nature reserve.
Mm.
So you're promoting biodiversity in these reserves by introducing species. You're doing research tasks to like improve, climate protection, habitat protection, poaching protection, etc. And
That's cool.
basically, whoever scores the most points at the end of the game wins. So yeah, it's kind
I
of like
dig
Wingspan. You're point building.
Mhm.
There's like slight engine building too.
The research projects really interest me because I love
Mhm.
research trees and stuff. So that it sounds like a really nice addition to like the core.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it might be one of the funnest things to say as far as board game names go. Like Kavango
Kavango.
is like a really satisfying word
It
to say.
is.
It feels nice.
It does
Mhm.
feel nice. That's a great thing.
I'm very excited.
I haven't backed it yet, so if you remind me, we'll back that. We already backed Fromage.
Why'd you say it like that? Why'd you roll your eyes like
All
this?
right. But I'd love to back that. That sounds wonderful.
I dig it.
Little meatballs are cute too.
I played a lot of games recently.
A lot.
We went from playing nothing because we were panicking about Kickstarter to having Tennessee Game Days, which is we just played games for like 3 or 4 days straight. So
That's amazing.
I played Ice at Tennessee Game Days last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Ice. Ice has like a layered board where you're having to dig down through the ice to get to better and better tokens, cardboard pieces. And you get more and more points based on like what kind of thing and what objectives you have. Really, really interesting mechanics where you're kind of sharing the board with everyone, and you have these little workers that come with you, and they discount the cost it is to excavate down a layer. But then as soon as you excavate, you have to split up whoever you're with out and around. Well, right away, one of my friends walked through my space and stole all my workers and then excavated for free. And I was like, excuse me?
That stinks.
Those were my workers. And so we just had this little feud. And I thought it was going to cost us the game because, like, in other games where you start, like, fighting with one player, usually you all fall behind and everyone else thrives. But because we were doing that in a localized area, we were digging down deeper, faster. And that was really interesting. Like, we were, like, not playing cooperatively at all. We were hurting each other. But it was actually helping both of us. And I found that to be like really unique. I don't think I've ever had that experience. I really, really liked the game overall. Scoring was great. Once you have the reference cards are really easy to use. We didn't have those at first because we were silly. But I really, really enjoyed it.
You want to talk about anything you played?
I played a lot.
Yep.
But the one that stood out after us, this is a deck building resource management game, and it has these little like cardboard layouts where the whole goal is you're supposed to diversify your hand into different apes. Think of like Planet of the Apes when they start taking over. Humans have died. Great storyline. And you start off with tamarins, and then you get different resources to go get victory points. And the goal is you get 80 points, so 1 lap around the map, you win the game. And I think that I might have come in second. I really liked it. But you have to kind of get rid of the tamarins, get better monkeys. It was a lot of fun. I liked the story, and everyone's kind of working at the same time. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I would have played again if we had time.
Yeah. I came by your table and saw it. It was very beautiful.
It was nice.
It's very vibrant.
The art's pretty.
Which I like. I like how colorful it was. I dig it.
Yeah. Well, I finally played Hamlet.
Whoops. I was supposed
Which
to play with
Austin
you.
was not. Did not play with me, but that's okay. You were playing a lot
It's
of
okay. He didn't
bigger
play with me
games.
either, so.
But Hamlet was.
I was just a terrible friend.
You were playing.
Big
Zia?
games. Zia.
Zia?
Zia.
Zia,
One
Zia.
of those.
Yeah, it was a long game.
Yeah. It was.
Anyways, Hamlet. Someone actually reached out to us because we were pulling it out from the box and setting it up, and they're like, "Hey, I played it before. How about I come teach you?"
How
So
nice.
We went to play with them, and it took us like almost 3 hours to get through the game.
Oh,
just
wow.
because of us, because we
Yeah.
were still learning it.
Right.
And it's a fun game. It's worker placement and tiling and resource management, basically all together. I like worker placement games. That's like my ish. But this one, I think it's great besides the fact that the tiles are so small.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would say about it, because the icons are very small, and you have to read the icons to be able to like well manage your resources across the board. And so if you're sitting across like really far, it's kind of hard to see.
Right.
But I think the new expansion that just really was launched on Kickstarter, that one is going to be a bigger tiles,
Oh,
with
that's nice.
better
Yeah.
iconography.
Nice.
So excited for that.
We just need like a 2X version, like big cat in the box.
Big cat in the
It's
box.
Big Hamlet.
Colossal
Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Big Hamlet. At that point, we just call it City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
I played quite a few games. I could try to list them, but I think I would fail miserably.
I wrote them down on my phone because I knew I was going to
Yep,
remember.
that was
Zoo
smart.
Vegas.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
I should have been tracking it on my app, but I haven't
know.
been. Great Western Trail. I played Zuvadis. I played Terraforming Mars Dice Game was
It's a
Dice
Wonderful
Tower.
World.
That was great. I played It's a Wonderful World. I played other games. I played Heat with the Keymaster team. Thanks, Keymaster. That was super fun.
Yeah.
I lost miserably. I spun out twice on the track, and
It
so I
happens.
lost pretty bad. One other thing I forgot to mention, which our neighbors, because I talked about Keymaster has some staff in Nashville. Van Ryder has staff in Nashville, and they just launched Final Girl Season 3. So they are our neighbors. Go check out their page. We love them. And Final Girl obviously doesn't need any introduction for me. It is a very famous game, but really, really great solo game if you're interested in those things. And if you like horror, I do not. I am scared.
Me neither.
I did back it because I love them, but I might give it to some one-on-one staff that does not get scared as easily as I do.
Not me.
I get too scared.
I'm a scaredy cat.
Me too.
Anyway, what do we have going on at IV?
Volume 2's out.
Volume 2.
What?
Volume 2 is out.
Things are going great. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for your support.
Mhm.
It is amazing getting to make games for a living, and you keep on buying them, so we get to keep on making them, which is amazing. So thank you. A lot of really cool stuff launched in this 2-week span, so it's been a very happening time for crowdfunding. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then
Ooh.
Big
Oh,
news.
yes. Titan merch is here.
Titan merch is
all
here.
the Titan merch.
all the Titan merch is now in our office,
Mhm,
and so we can finally mail it out, and that is what we will be doing tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow when this video launches.
Yeah, it will be tomorrow.
So you will be getting a shipping notification from us very soon. And thank you so much for your patience waiting for this stuff to come in. We are super excited about it. Obviously wearing some of it right now. Don't have a shirt on.
I did the other day. I had it on. I just didn't get the memo today.
Yeah, that was my fault. There was no memo. Me and Lily just happened to both wear the sweatshirt.
It's an amazing sweatshirt.
Yep, it's just
It is
a really
great.
comfortable sweatshirt.
I wear it all the time.
So anyway, thank you so much for your patience. They will be headed out. And yeah, what do we have on the mailbag?
Mailbag. We've got some painted miniatures.
They're
They're supposed
super
to on
cool.
Board Game Geek. And
Oh my
it
gosh,
looks
those
so
are
good.
so good.
They are very
So
well.
there's so
done.
much detail for each figure,
The
but also the
books.
bookshelves look amazing.
And they're different from each other.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
Exactly. They put so much effort into this, and I love.
This took like a decade.
Oh, a long time. I wouldn't have the patience
This
to
is
do
so
this.
impressive.
I don't think.
I love
I
how
can't
the
wait for them to paint
bases,
Volume 2 as well.
the bases are still the solid color
Mm-hmm.
to like
Seems-
give like the faction.
Some
colors
thematic cohesion.
That's good.
Yeah.
Really good call here.
Yeah.
Really neat.
Yeah, they're
Good
great.
job.
All right. And then that brings us to the giveaway. This
Yeah,
week.
we're giving away a
Last
Mythic
week.
Mischief Volume 2.
Volume
box.
2, yeah.
Volume 2.
So this week, well, besides commenting what board game you want to see a cookbook for,
Mm.
how about commenting your favorite cheese
There we
as
go.
well to tie into the fromage?
Gouda. Probably
Gouda?
not actually. I don't know what my favorite cheese is.
Mine is the blueberry goat cheese from Trader Joe's.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I love brie, like a triple cream brie from Trader Joe's.
Ooh.
Well, apparently
good.
we're going to Trader Joe's after this.
Okay.
But thank you all so much for watching.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We love doing the show and are excited that you've been enjoying it. So hopefully we will keep going. Hopefully.
He needs sleep.
I
He
need
just got
sleep.
back from a plane ride.
Long plane
Yeah,
ride.
it was a long plane ride. My plane got delayed in Dallas. There was a lightning storm, so I was just sitting on the tarmac for like an hour and a half. So anyway,
Fun
thanks so much
times.
for being here, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, and we'll put it as like an outtake, and then we can also use it on social media. Okay, great. Oh, I got to take this off.
Oh, you're wearing it for the.
Oh, shit! No!
I forgot to tell you.
I didn't even.
I remember. I saw it and I was like, oh.